I've been sick for nearly 4 days straight, so I thought it was about time to see my personal doctor. We later find out that it was the lack of magic that was keeping me from getting better, so my doctor referred me to the happiest place on earth. Your guys' space station is very interesting. Immediately when I got out of my shuttle, I found a bunch of art on the walls behind some glass. And at the very end of the hallway, I actually found a shooting star. Decided to take a video near it, say hi to the star. I later went down the stairs and got all of my things. When I came outside, I found this weird looking tree. It had all the leaves at the very top and not really surrounding it. I think the locals call it a palm tree. This is me waking up the first morning of the trip, and it was really bright outside. I think at this point it was already like 8 a.m. or around 8:20 a.m. So immediately I decided to wake up my daughter. She's been sleeping in, so I needed to help her get ready for the full day, the adventurous day we're about to have. So I told her to come along. We went down the stairs and we saw these little tiny apple juice, and there's Spider-Man too. I needed to take a second to blow my nose because I'm still kind of sick on this trip. I desperately need this magic, because if I don't get this magic on this trip, I will be in great pain. On the way there, I thought I was already at Disneyland by this castle over here. How is this not Disneyland already? It's literally the Disneyland castle, but wasn't Disneyland, still walking, but at least we're not too far away from it. See, we already found Disney Way. So I know that for the title of the video, I discussed how Disneyland is gonna save me with all the magic and all that, but we're gonna end up starting first at California Adventures. I think that there is still some magic in California Adventures since it's so close to Disney. Probably not as much as Disney, but I think a decent amount. There's so many Disney Mickey Mouse ears that look like food. This one was extremely pretty and I really, really wanted it, but they were so expensive. The first shop I decided to go in was the Five and Dime. There were a lot of really cool looking plushes inside, especially this Mickey in the window. I like how they didn't use like pure black, they used like this dark blue, which is kind of what I do with my art. I found these fresh kicks over here. I was thinking about buying them because my shoes are a little scuffed right now. These ones look like little s'mores. These are actually really cute. There was this display in the center of the store with this, when I was recording this, I didn't even notice the Goofy plush sitting there. That's huge. My main focus was on the shirts and on the bag right there because it is so detailed and pretty. I really love these, the Pixar like bouncy ball. I really love that. I took a picture of it earlier because I thought like the light was hitting it really cool and I thought it was really pretty. Over here, there was a bunch of like Eeyore plush and a Marie plush, and I really like the Aristocats. Found some fancy people up here. As soon as I left the store, I ended up seeing Goofy hanging out outside near like Grizzly Peak. I think that's Grizzly Peak. Grizzly Peak had this one ride that I ended up really liking, which was called Soarin'. This is me standing in line, waiting patiently. As people keep shoving me, they keep glitching through me. As soon as we were there, we got to meet the Kronk from Emperor's New Groove. He helped us with getting on board very safely. This ride was really interesting because it actually had little scents that you would be able to smell the areas that you were flying through. So for example, like when you were in the area where you're seeing elephants, they would like have this smell that you can smell the grass. Same with like some of the islands, like if you were seeing some of the tropical islands, you would smell like the ocean. Afterwards, we were walking to Hollywood Studios, and then right there you can see the Monsters Inc. symbol because I'm in line for the Monsters Inc. ride. Honestly, this ride here was really cool. There's Randall. Hi, Randall. I really liked all the decorations inside, like interior rides. There were these vending machines that were like all themed with like monster food, and I thought it was really cute. I really liked this ride because of all the props that were themed to Monsters Inc. And I growing up, I watched this movie and I got to see all those like really cute characters again. These ones are just funny to me. After the Monsters Incorporated ride, I went to the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. This one I heard was a drop one, so you have like a lot of drops in it. There's a little gnome sitting outside I saw, and I got to meet Rocket Raccoon. Waiting in line wasn't too bad. I actually really like the lighting in here. I think it reminds me a lot of my office actually. And there's a little brain sitting there. This is very much like my office. So I was really scared of dropping my phone because I heard it was a drop ride, but here's a little bit of footage of people screaming. After the ride, I was really dizzy, but shortly after, I got to see Groot standing outside greeting people. Afterwards, I got to be at this restaurant nearby the park, and this is me poorly putting honey in my tea. I got the mushroom chicken crepe, if I remember correctly. This is what it looked like. And then right after I ate, I was able to run all the way back to the hotel. This is me running. This is how fast I go. I needed to go back to the hotel because my phone was about to die and I forgot to bring my charger for some reason. Afterwards, I was ready to go back to the park. I got to see a little guard dog. This one's really cute. When I went back to the park, I saw Iron Man hanging out over here, right next to the open house for the test, the new web slinger. For this ride, you actually had to wear 3D glasses. Right there is the Spider-Man. Even though I couldn't really record any of it because it was all, I had to use 3D glasses for it, it was still fun. I said bye to the spider. When I left, I got to see the Captain America and the Thor, real Thor, and his brother, I guess. It wasn't really that nice. Afterwards, I got to see a pretty cool magic show by this guy, and then I got to see the Spider-Man in suit. So this is what Grizzly Peak actually looks like. I didn't really notice this when I was reading the sign earlier because I wasn't far enough to actually see the peak. So after that, you get to see Pixar Pier, and you can see the Ferris wheel right there. The sunset looks really pretty with it, actually. I really like this shot. Pixar Pier has so many lights at night. You get to see it later on in the video when the sun actually starts going down. Here's the Incredible Coaster, I think. Incredicoaster. I was too much of a wimp to actually go because it goes in a loop over there, you can see. And I'm not a big fan of that. I get really scared that I'm just gonna fall out. But I got to sit next to where the start of the ride is. And this is usually where you get to see all the people zoom by right before they go through that torture. Right next to that, they actually had a Toy Story store. And I got to see the little Slinky Dog merch. This one is so cute. I love Slinky so much. He's my favorite character from the movie. And these ones are they're just really cute. I really like these. And now you can actually see all the lights lighting up. These ones are like really tiny little light stars. This one was so pretty. Like it was actually so cute because I would love to have this like outside or inside my office. I would love that. As you're walking back out of the pier, you can see some of the art that they put up here. Keep our pier beautiful. I like that one. But my favorite is actually right there with Eva and Wally. Can never get enough of Wally. He is such a funny little robot. I love him so much. They're such an adorable couple. Right before I left, I saw this shirt inside the store. I should have gotten this shirt. I really like this Pixar short. And right outside, you can actually see the port of San Francisco. I really like the bridge for it. I think this is from Big Hero 6. I'm so sure because I don't remember any Pixar movies taking place in San Francisco, except for Big Hero 6. I really like that lit up sign over there, the Lucky Fortune cookie. And yeah, this place is just a really huge food court, to be honest. I've been really excited to enter Cars Land because I've seen so many pictures of it all lit up, and I think it looks really cool. There's the Cozy Cone. This is actually where I got little dessert. The cute little cone water feature over there. Here's me trying to make this aesthetic somehow. And as I was doing that, I noticed that Mater was leaving. Bye bye, Mater. And this is actually my favorite lit up building, Flo's Cafe. I just really like the combination of blue and pink here. The sign is also really cool looking. All the buildings in Cars Land look so amazing at night, and it was just really impressive walking down this area. Here is actually one of the rides that I wanted to go on, but I found that the wait was really long, so I just took a video of it on the outside. There's so many tiny references just like laying around. I really like the waterfall back there especially. Afterwards, I got to go see the aerial ride instead. It was a really slow ride, but I liked it because of all the music and song references. I even got to see Ariel over here. Hi. Here are all the sea creatures having a party. And then, of course, Ursula. Outside of the ride, there was a shop that sold this angel plush, and I picked it up because I really like the design for Angel. This was my first purchase from the park besides food. Afterwards, walking back through the Grizzly Peak, they had these lit up lanterns that were all around the trees. I didn't even notice this during the day, but they're really pretty at night. And right next to the Wood Creek Challenge, they have this Brother Bear statue, which is also a really cute movie if you haven't seen it. And right before actually leaving, I just went inside the shop again just for a final look at anything else I can get. And then outside, I saw Mickey Mouse taking pictures with people. And then that was my California adventure right there. Next was to go home and find something to feed the baby. I ended up ordering some pasta. I know it looks like I didn't eat my vegetables, but I did after I was done recording. I was watching Pokemon Concierge here, and it's a really good show. I totally suggest you watch it too. Today is the second day of the trip. This time I overslept quite a bit, and right now is about 10 a.m., which is a little late for the standard of getting up early and going to Disney to have more time there, but we'll see how it goes. I was able to order some breakfast from the hotel. I remember liking the chicken tenders in this one. I remember not really liking the waffles. I felt like they were a little soggy at the bottom, but I had the chicken tenders, they were really good. And here we're just outside the Disneyland entrance, and there we go. Right there. I feel the magic already. You have no idea how hard it has been trying to get that train in like a video, because I always end up trying to record it at the wrong time and I never catch it, but I finally caught it. And here's the first thing you see when you enter. All the flowers in the shape of Mickey is really cute. One more train and we're going underneath this bridge, and there it is, the Disneyland castle right over there. As I was trying to get to that statue, you see, I was stopped by Mickey Mouse and the gang in the parade here. That was cute, but I really wanted to see the statue over here. So this is who the fuss is all about. There was a Finding Nemo ride with the little seagulls sitting over here. Here's Autotopia. This is honestly my least favorite ride out of the entire park. As soon as you get in the car, you just feel this heat wave of gasoline just blasting your face. They also have this little line in the middle of the car so that you don't actually go off the track, which can kind of be a little jerky when you're trying to drive it because it will bounce back and forth between the line. But because I'm such a great driver, I didn't have that problem so often. I went to Star Tours, which was actually really cool because I really enjoy when they add little things to look at while you're waiting in line, and this ride was just full of that. Afterwards, I wanted to go see the Tangled show at the Royal Theatre, and I saw this little pond full of ducks. There's a cute one sitting on the rock. So we got in and found our seats, and while we were watching the show, they had an actual pianist playing along while the actors were playing. This show was really cute. They had all the kids sitting up front so they can actually see the actors better. And even from where I was sitting, I could still see everything pretty well. The actors looked exactly like the characters, and it was really fun to see them interact. Right outside the theater, they had these treats, and I got this garlic bread, and it was really, really good. And here I am going through the Disney Castle to see all the other rides on the other side. So I went through Star Wars Land. The bathrooms here actually reminded me a lot of like my middle school bathrooms, which is not a good thing. They have this design that they're going for here in Star Wars Land where they want everything to look like kind of dirty and like technology-ish, but it's just like in the bathrooms there's just like a lot of like weird pipes that, you know, are for design, but it's all like it looks all rusty. And then I was almost caught by these troopers here, and then Kylo Ren made an appearance looking for a spy. This girl got fired. Then the first ride that I've gone on here was the Millennium Falcon ride. The building outside was extremely impressive. After a huge line, you're inside a waiting room for the ride and you're just inside the Millennium Falcon. You could have 6 people in the ride, 2 pilots, 2 shooters, and then 2 engineers that would fix the ride if you would get the vehicle all damaged. Not really damaged. As you're riding, they have this light show on the screen that makes it look like you're getting attacked. After the ride, I saw this funny little creature. And now we're walking out and on our way to the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. They have this huge lake outside of the ride, so I took a seat and I was kind of just watching the birds being silly. Here's a seagull on a barrel. And another bird. This duck is so adorable. Once I got in line, I got to see a real pirate of the Caribbean. They were actually interacting a lot with the line, and that must be his Caribbean boat. The ride was really fun. I just took a lot of videos of these funny skeletons. And of course these people. Seemed like everyone in the ride was trying to find the pirate, and we found him just fine at the end. It got really, really dark fast, so I wanted to do a couple rides before I had to go. One of the last ones was Rise of the Resistance. I really liked seeing BB-8 in the line though. This was really cute. So this ride was actually extremely immersive. I got to be in this room full of troops. I actually thought there were real people standing there the entire day, but I'm pretty sure they're not. I was captured and put into prison, escaped, but yeah, there was one drop, but it wasn't too bad. At the end of the ride, it was really fun. Afterwards, I tried to go see some more shops before they end up closing. I found this little Wally plush and it was so cute. I absolutely love Wally. And here's the Disneyland castle all lit up. I really like the combination of blue and pink. I've said it before, but it works. It just works. Here's a teacup ride. I really like the lanterns and lights here. I was on my way to see if Toontown really closed. I spotted It's a Small World on the walk over there. Toontown was open, and there's the train again. All of these rides I felt way too big for. I saw this really cute fountain in the center though. In Toontown, I mainly just walked around and looked at the houses. And then for my final ride, I went on Pinocchio's Daring Journey. This one I was really excited for. They had so many cool props, and I really enjoyed the artwork. There's this one part in the ride where I actually thought that the whale was gonna get me. I don't know why I got so scared of it. I thought Figaro was looking funny over here. So now I'm heading towards Main Street. I found this extremely expensive tiny plush that was like $30. I have no idea why they are selling plushes for this much. Like, what are they doing? Saving the world? And then I saw the cinema and took a look around at all the old episodes that Mickey was in. I even got to see this one. And they play all these episodes in full, so it's the entire episode and it just rotates through like the next one and the next one. I'm sorry I couldn't stay long enough for the fireworks, but here are some fireworks for you right now. Bye bye Disneyland. Afterwards I got some sushi, rice, everything nice, and here's me struggling trying to record and do this at the same time. Today was the last day of the trip, so I decided to stop by Little Tokyo to see if there was any interesting shops I can get anything from. A lot of palm trees I saw on the way over. And here we are at the entrance of Little Tokyo. This is the first shop I went to. I ended up picking up one shirt from this shop. Then I went to a different outlet. This outlet had so many plushes everywhere. Like absolutely everywhere. And then there were some figures in the back too. This right here is the Miku bobblehead, and I was gonna get the other Pokemon one, but I decided to go with this. And then I went inside a separate store where they sold a lot of collectible figures. All of the ones that were on display were so beautiful and extremely detailed. I really like blind boxes, but I'm always so worried about getting the ones that I don't like. When I was inside the store, I found this really cute bag. And last but not least, the Sanrio store. Everything in the store was honestly really expensive, so I was only able to get a couple things from here. The one thing that I did get was this really cute apron. I found this new line of plushes where they were all fluffy and colored with white and brown, which is a really interesting aesthetic. I don't know where we're going with this quite yet, but it's probably gonna be something new. And then I was checking out the cinema roll wall, but I ended up seeing something all the way up there and I asked someone to help me get it down. Price on this was insane. It was Cinnamoroll, Milk, and a couple other plushes in there, and it was priced at $110. I don't know a single alien in my life that's spending that much on stuffed animals. Yeah, ridiculous. Anyway, that's pretty much everything I had for the video. I had a lot of fun recording it on the trip, but I don't know if I'm gonna make another like vlog type video anytime soon. Anyway, I really enjoyed all the little things I ended up getting. They're all very cute.